Hey everybody, welcome to That's Good Stuff, our show where we review pop culture's newest releases. And this week, that newest release was Superman, James Gunn's second DC movie, but his first in an attempt to revive the DCU. The movie stars David Cornsweet as Clark Kent slash Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor, and Nathan Fillion's in there as the Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, and Isabella Merced, who we saw in The Last of Us Part Two. She's Hot Girl,
Every time people say
and
that, I think they're saying hot girl. It's hot girl.
and I cannot pronounce Mister Terrific's actor's name, but
It is interesting.
he
I saw that in the credits. I was like, oh man. No idea how to pronounce it.
Eddie Gathegi. I don't know. I got that wrong, but okay. So
How dare
Superman.
you?
Yeah. Superman starts out with some text, which I thought was kind of cool. It's kind of like a throwback to old movies where they give you some text before the movie. And we find out it's like 3 centuries, metahumans emerged. And then I don't remember all the other threes, but 3 years ago, Superman started his career. And then 3 seconds ago, he just lost his first fight. So that's where I'm sure you've all seen the trailers 100 times by now, where Superman falls into the ice and Crypto has to take him home. So that's where the movie actually starts. And so, I like that we don't have to go through another origin story of
Yeah.
Superman, because we know Superman's origin story. So but I like that we get kind of a 3-year-old Superman. It's kind of what they did with the Batman, but his was kind of in his first year. They just skipped the origin. So Superman, this time he's fighting Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor just hates Superman. He just despises everything he is. He's an alien, and he hates that. And he hates that he's super powerful, and he makes humans feel weak. So he is gonna try to destroy Superman every way he can in this movie. It starts off by Superman intervening in some kind of border dispute, or um, two countries not. I don't.
Not getting
It
along.
sounds pretty political if you get into it, but it's two countries. Yeah, he's ending a conflict there, so the rest of the world's like, oh, should Superman do that? Even Lois kind of, questions if Superman has the authority to go into different countries and stuff like that. Lex Luthor is kind of behind the scenes in all this. He's got like a new teleporter thing that lets him teleport between countries and stuff. He's got a pocket dimension. That's what it is. And in this pocket dimension, he keeps all his enemies, like old girlfriends and anyone that questions him.
Evil bloggers.
Evil bloggers. And Metamorphos in there too, which we learn. So Superman, he fought this, this guy. He never comes back either. The Hammer of.
No, that was Ultraman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's just in
there.
the Juggernaut suit.
So they have. It's called Planet Watch in this, which I think is a stand-in for Stormwatch in the old comics, because it got the engineer, and she's like the only one. Ultraman's there. I got nitpicks with Ultraman because it's terrible, but he's there. So Lex, he wants to sell these, like his team, to the U.S. government, and they want to bring an end to Superman and metahumans and stuff like that. Speaking of metahumans, there's a new super team on the scene. They don't have a good name right now, so they go as the Super Gang or the Justice Gang. But they do have the Hall of Justice, which is nice. I like how you get to see the inside for once. So it looks like a kind of like a subway terminal in there.
Yeah. So like the what?
Grand
Trying to blank on the
Grand Central
Grand Central.
Station.
There you go, that one. Yeah.
So on this team is Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern for Earth. Mr. Terrific, who is a high intellect guy who's not into emotions. Hawk Girl, who she screams every time, she screeches every time she fights. It's kind of weird. So they're there and they don't agree with Superman's intervention. So they're questioning him too.
Oh, I
But
thought he
you
was on
know,
drugs. You said intervention. I was like, did they?
Sit
Does he
down,
have a
Superman.
problem?
so Lex is throwing everything at him to distract them, throws kaijus at them, and all this. Eventually, there's like a rift that gonna tear the planet. I'll just get at Superman, and without going too far into the plot, I think that's a pretty good spot just to get you guys all caught up on what's going on in this movie. It's not a very deep movie.
In all fairness, the plot wasn't very deep, Joseph.
Yeah, yeah. It's not as deep as that rift. There's the Daily Planet crew is there. You know them. You love them. Lois and Jimmy and Perry and don't call him Chief. Cat
Okay.
Grant.
So I kind of laughed just because it's like, okay, they still do it. So they race swap Perry White, but they kind of did that in the Zack Snyder one, but they got like Lawrence Fishburne, and I'm like, okay, I like Lawrence Fishburne, and he kind of fits that. This guy was just like a cartoon character, like, and then but the Jimmy Olsen guy was pretty like spot on, except for I don't know why they never explained what like
he's the
ladies
most-
find.
Why he's a ladies magnet.
Yeah, like
He's the
it's
most
like-
eligible man ever, I guess.
yeah.
He got Superman, and they don't care. They
He
want
looks
that
like Jimmy Olsen, but his characterization was not quite there. The best Jimmy I've seen is that My Adventures with Superman one, but they race swapped that one, and so I'm just like, this is just a weird like match and like just do that. But yeah,
So my quick thoughts on this movie to start with is the cast is great. I pretty much love like everyone in this cast. Ma and Pa, I don't love. I mean, I do like.
I don't think anybody's been to Kansas in that casting department because
It's
that's not
like-
what they sound like.
It's like a caricature of
Yeah.
like farmers or something like that. I didn't love them.
I do like that actor that plays his Pa though. He's been in some really weird films that are pretty good. So
Yeah, they tell me he always plays like a psychopath or something.
Psychopath or a psychic. Because he's got that condition where his eyes go like this. He was in
Yeah, they shuddered big time when he looked over. I thought he was trying to do like the dramatic look between his eyes, but I was like, oh no, his eyes are just doing that.
That's a condition. Like he's used that like in a few of his roles. Like he was in Constantine. He played a psychic, and every time he had like an episode, he does that. And then he was in Jacob's Ladder. He played one of the soldiers there. So, but I do like him. But yeah, Joseph's right. It was like stereotypical farmer, but I'm just like, but that's not what people from Kansas sound like. Clark doesn't sound like that. So,
yeah, I do like the talk he gave with him, but
Yeah.
that's about it for them. Crypto is all over this movie. I like Crypto as a character. I think he's the best kind of dog because you leave him at the North Pole and you only see him a couple months and then you get to leave. So that's like the best kind of dog. But
so for the audience, Joseph and Jared are cat people. This is why he says this.
I'm both. I prefer to live with cats. I don't like living with dogs.
I can't say
But
that.
I'm just not a
I
pet
enjoy
person.
a good puppy though.
Mm,
I'm just not a pet
Not a puppy.
person. I just leave them at the North Pole. I'll go look at them and then I'll fly home.
Joseph likes the
So-
zoo.
Yeah. If
So-
only it was socially acceptable for a man to go to a petting zoo, I would be there all the time. But
by himself.
Or you
Yeah.
save like an animal and they come visit you all the time. Have you seen stories like that?
Mm-mm.
Where like a guy
Yeah.
saves a wolf and then he comes and shows him his puppies and then
Well, don't
they just
save a
come for little.
don't save a squirrel because or we know what happens in the NYC if they do that. So
there's a weird amount of videos where animals ask humans for help.
I've
And then
seen
they
a
think-
lot of those lately.
Yeah.
They're like, follow me. Like, what are we talking
Like a
telepathically
deer,
here? How's it
a
going?
deer
Yeah.
walks out and's like, come over here.
I'm not
I'm
Snow White.
pissed.
I don't know how to talk to you.
But back to Superman. Like I said, cast is outstanding. The writing is terrible. I have a feeling Michael is going to tell us how bad this writing is. So let's throw it over to him. And what did you think of this movie?
I mean, you said exactly basically what I felt coming out of the movie. Characters, they nailed it. Like I didn't question if they would be good. I just questioned how they would play the characters. Like Nicholas Hoult, I love Nicholas Hoult. He's going to nail it, and I think he did nail it. But this Lex was a very more interesting and insecure Lex. In not insecure is not the right word, but you know what I mean. But anyway, so yes, characters, they freaking nailed it. And then, like you said, exactly, like character is exactly the word I used when I came out. I was like, why, especially the phone scene with Ma, like in my brain, I told them, I was like, I'm used to Martha Kent from Smallville. Martha Kent from Smallville is this wholesome, good-hearted, good-natured, just she's the best. She's the absolute best. And I'm like, and so to see this version of Martha, I'm like, no, I don't like it. It doesn't have to be that silly, like yelling into the phone and stuff like that. I was like, we're just taking a bridge too far, where it's like you're making them so over the top, goofy and dumb hick people who know nothing. It's strange. I did like the kind of peppering of how much they're playing with, how much that secret is important to Clark. Of like, he's like, yeah, we don't talk about them, where they are, nothing. Like, that's very, very important. I like that a lot, how they play that with that several times. But yeah, so characters, awesome. The story, yeah, like it's fun. It was way more fun, and I was more accepting of the fun than I expected to be, because I am more of like I want drama, but then I was like, oh no, actually this is refreshing. This is interesting. It's a very fun Superman movie, but the story is just kind of nonsensical. You're just kind of like, oh, we're going to have these beats, but nothing's really going to tie together. We're just going to go to these events is basically what's happening. These events are going to happen. Then we're going to see the characters. So the movie's definitely for the characters. And it's a very visually cool movie. Going off the writing, I feel like it plays into the funness of it. There are points where I'm like, oof. There's just like especially a lot of cringy stuff that I couldn't.
It does the sin, Michael. It does the sin of telling us, like, explaining too much.
Yeah, 100%.
It goes all the way to the end. Even when we get Supergirl at the end, he's like, oh, Supergirl goes to parties all over planets where she soaks in the red sun, and it makes it. It's like, shut up!
Like, let me read you this Encyclopedia of Superman.
It does that the entire movie, and I'm just like, shut up!
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how much I take that into the movie itself, because when I realized what kind of movie it was in the beginning, I kind of shut my brain off to, like, high intensity, like, action writing and a sequence moving forward. I was just like, okay, we're here to have fun. And I really enjoyed the characters, like we were saying. But there was one more thing I was going to say. I forgot what it was. I don't remember. I'll come back to it.
What was it?
But yeah, characters great, movie so.
Well, Jared, do you want to say?
Did you guys laugh at all in this movie?
Yeah,
a few times.
I didn't laugh once, and neither did my theater. No one laughed.
Dude, the
There's a
woman
couple
behind
times-
us, good lord.
she was dying
laughed at
laughing. She was
everything.
like, literally, you could tell
Really?
she knew, like, the lore of Superman by heart, and you could just everything. She's like, oh, that's this, and oh my god, and I was like, oh my goodness, she was
Yeah.
into it.
Crypto, I laughed at.
I laughed
And
at
then guy.
yeah, I laughed at him several times.
Freaking
He was cracking me up.
Nathan
Man.
Fillion.
Yeah,
though.
he was
Oh my
cracking me
God.
up.
I was actually scared going into the movie about him and those characters, but they fit fine.
Yeah,
I was
like-
surprised that I actually like Guy.
I liked that counter of where they're like, we're just here doing our jobs. Like, but Superman's like this. I love how much he put him, like, even like right after he gets off the bat, one of the first things he says, "Oh golly!" I was like, "Oh, whoa, that's yeah, we're going goofy, like country
I listened to
bumpkin
punk
good
rock.
boy." Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I love
I
it.
listened to POD.
Yes, the
Those guys are
POD.
just swell, Lois.
That-
Just swell.
That I laughed pretty hard at that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I liked having them as like the not vigilantes, but close enough to it where they're just like
They're like the corporate superheroes. Yeah.
but that are just doing their day job. Basically, it's not even like they want to be it. They're just like, it pays the bills, sure.
I didn't find the Jimmy Olsen stuff funny at all.
With the chick, it was more just shocking.
Yeah.
Just like how much. It's like, oh my goodness.
What are you packing down there, Jimbo?
What is it? What did you do, sir?
I laughed at the band joke, but other than that, me and the audience was silent. It was weird. And then at the end, there's like this guy explaining to the whole theater about Superman lore or like references, and I was like,
Sit back down.
Shut up!
Sit back down.
But I wasn't crazy about this movie. I did like Superman and Lois a lot. I thought they were really good, like a Superman and Lois. Even him as Clark was good. Didn't care for anyone. Oh, Lex. I really liked Nicholas Holt as Lex. He was really good. He's not the Clancy Brown Lex from Justice League, where he's just calm and he's like always ahead of everyone. But this was a good Lex. So
everybody talks about Mark Hamill as like the best like animated DC villain, but man, Clancy Brown's Lex Luthor is so freaking good.
Yeah.
Dark Side.
Michael Ironside.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
God, it's a good show.
like Lantern in them. Except for Hawkgirl, when every time she entered a scene,
Yeah, the screaming
I
was
was
a bit
like,
too
why?
much.
And like she kept doing it. And I was like, stop.
It's not really a thing she does in the comics. I don't know why she kept doing it.
Especially if you don't have like the bird mask thing. I'm like,
Yeah, it's just
I don't know.
it's just like a face, like just a face mask. It's not even like the full like. Yeah, it's weird.
I liked Crypto, but I don't like the dog they chose because he's usually like a lab.
Or Great Dane, like the other one.
Yeah. It's like a big dog. He's not
yeah.
a pocket dog.
Yeah.
Not a
So
purse
when
dog.
that little guy was like taking down people, I was like, I don't know about that. Oh, I love the robot. 4.
Yeah, I liked all that.
Gary?
Very cool.
Alan Turek. Yeah.
He's really
Oh, those guys, yeah.
good. I
there's-
didn't even know until I looked at the credits that was Bradley Cooper as
Oh, his
Jor-El.
dad.
Really? Because like our whole audience, our theater went.
Ben and I
"Ooh."
just went, huh.
Even my girlfriend, who doesn't like know like any actors at all, she's like, "Is that Bradley Cooper?" I'm like, "Yeah."
But yeah, there's some good stuff, and then there's some bad stuff. So it was like a. But I can see better movies coming from this.
Yeah, I think
this one was just a mess.
it was a good tone setter, in my opinion. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, we're going comic book movie, and that's how it's gonna
Yeah.
be. So
And I know
please
this is
get a different writer than James Gunn.
I knew this
Yeah.
was a Superman movie, but I kind of wanted Batman to just show up or like do something.
That's true. You don't get a ton of like
I was expecting like the Justice League. I know the backer. I forgot his name in this. Is
oh, Lord.
is an actual like comic book character, but I thought like secretly it was going to be Wayne Tech that was actually like providing the stuff for the Justice League, because that's kind of what the comic book is. But I was just like, is he gonna are we gonna get like an actor reveal? But we never got one, so I was a little disappointed.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd
is that
be
it?
interested to see like James Gunn Justice League after this
Yeah.
with like the Flash and stuff like that. But I don't know. What do you think of the movie, Thomas?
Very much with Michael. Like the story was honestly just there wasn't really a story here. I mean really, because like I got about like a third of the way through this movie. I'm like, we really don't have a plot, do we? And there really isn't one. But the characters and the people they got to play the characters are fantastic. I'm sorry, but Nathan Fillion for me stole the movie. Like I'm sorry, he was so good as Guy Gardner, and I hate Guy Gardner with a passion. And I thought that was going to be like a joke too, that we would get a Jon Stewart and a Hal Jordan show up and just be like, I fucking hate this guy. It's just, but we never got that. But I could see that happening where they have like an antagonistic thing toward him. But he was
what are the
freaking great.
cartoons where they have like the Green Lanterns and they're like, oh, we could get Guy, and they're like, oh
No. No, it's freaking Young Justice where they're trying to
is
like
it?
expand it. They're like, well, Earth does have a third lantern. They're like, no,
No, not that one.
not doing it. but yeah, like Nathan Fillion is fantastic in this. Nicholas Holt, I had my reservations about that because I was like, we had like the Jesse Eisenberg thing, and that got a little odd, but he was great. Very good Lex. Hot Girl, I didn't really care for her because I'm
She
kind of
wasn't in it
spoiled
much at
on.
all.
I know, but even then, I'm kind of spoiled on the Justice League like comic book, or sorry, cartoon Hot Girl, who's such a loud presence and doesn't really compare. I thought Rachel Brosnan was great as
But we need more of her, I think.
yeah,
Even though she is in a lot of it, it's just like
her
more
presence wasn't
character
really
stuff.
yeah, her presence wasn't really felt in it. But I did like her, and I did learn that I am almost the exact same age as her. I thought she was like 10 years older than I was, but she's not. The guy that played Superman, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with this Superman is that he is weak as hell. Good
Yeah.
lord.
He gets beat
Like,
up a lot.
Yes. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, Superman can take like a beating and stuff like that, but he generally is just like, oh, okay, well, that happened. I'm good. But this one, he's just like, I'm just like,
You got to make it fun for the bad guys, Thomas. Otherwise, they get bored.
But the thing is, like, the Tim Daly Superman did that, where he was basically invincible, but like the obstacles came with like not like I don't know.
I did like his corniness that he brought to Superman, like where he goes like, "What the
Yes.
hey?"
I say like the character of Superman I really liked. I just wish they made him stronger. But
And I was
yeah,
kind of down on the movie until he gave that speech to Lex at the end. And I'm a sucker for a speech, so I was like, oh, okay, you won me over.
Oh, that scene though, it gets so ruined by Crypto.
yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
like gonna have a confrontation and Crypto just comes and bites him. It's like, dang it.
But yeah, I mean, I think what Jared was talking about, this is a good starting point. Like it's a good tone setter, and I hope that they kind of keep this comic book tone. Oh, I forgot Mr. Fantastic. He's great in this.
Terrific.
Oh, sorry,
It's
Mr.
like-
Terrific.
We haven't
Sorry,
seen that
sorry.
movie yet.
sorry. Mr. Terrific. I like his character in this because he's like he is the smartest man in the world, but he doesn't like have to he doesn't have to say that he's the smartest man in the world. But what he's doing is implying that he is because he's talking about the rift. He's like, this is some crap science. Like I can't believe he did this.
There was a little
And-
too many jokes of him going, "Oh damn," or like, "Not another damn something," and I was like, the first time was funny.
I like it though. I like that though. I'm a sucker for like the Shaft type of like oh crap. So but he's like those circles, he's like they're spheres. That is 3-dimension.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny.
But it's that kind of thing is like that shows that he's intelligent. Those aren't circles, those are spheres. It's a 3-dimensional circle. But
The garage
Yeah.
joke was kind of painful, where they
Which
have to
one?
wait for the garage to go up when they're.
oh
Yeah,
But he's
that,
got
that,
the shit
didn't need
I
to
was
be
like-
there.
That's
No.
taking forever.
that was a very James Gunn
Yeah.
like scene. And I think this movie suffers from James Gunn's writing.
Yeah.
I know he's a huge fan of comic books and he wants people to like actually get like comic book stories, but he needs to come up with ideas, but he needs to like hire writers because
There's
it's
too much James Gunness in this.
yes, it's too much. That's why I was a big fan of that Creature Commando thing, but when the James Gunn stuff took over, you're just like, oh god. So
And then that scene with Mr. Terrific was pretty cool, but you're like, this is just Guardians. Like
Mhm.
when he's doing the ball. And,
Yeah, and
killing
she's in
everyone.
the shield.
yeah, it's like, this is just a Guardian scene.
but I did enjoy it. I really did enjoy this movie though. More than I thought I was going to, because I was so scared about this, honestly. And some of the like stuff that James Gunn was saying beforehand, I'm like, okay, come on, man. You're just doing this to rile people up. So I don't
Okay,
know.
I got to get my nerdy critiques in here. So,
Sure, hold
Ultraman.
on.
Ultraman is not Ultraman. He's a clone of Superman. Ultraman in the comics is a evil version of Superman who's like a gangster. This is just a clone. This is pretty much Bizarro. So I didn't like that at all. And then Jarrell, I hated that. Like everyone else on the internet, I hate that they just changed them into the Invincible dad, and it's like this is so stupid.
I thought that was going to be like a bait and switch type thing.
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be them messing with the video, but
Yeah, I thought at the
Well,
end he's gonna
'cause,
be
like-
like, "We love you so much. I just can't wait for you to
Well,
grow up," or something like that.
And for them to do that, like to have like instead of being like the invincible thing, like it's like and the message to be false would be an actual like subversion of expectations because that's what we expect now because of Invincible. So
yeah,
but well,
everyone's pointing that out. They just turned it into Invincible by doing that. Some people are saying, "Well, wait till wait till Supergirl. They'll change it in Supergirl." But I don't know.
also speaking of Supergirl, they way overhyped her in this because like
yeah, she's in there.
she was
for
in the
a second.
promotional stuff, and I was just like, a minute and a half. Okay.
I mean,
I forgot she was in it until it came up. I was like, oh yeah. So I was
how
like,
do
oh,
you
cool.
feel about that? I mean, it was fine, I guess. Party girl, Supergirl.
I think it'll be fun that it's not just like, oh, another
Ugh,
goody
another
two shoes hero.
Superman.
Because like off the in the comics, they kind of had her a little stray into
They
like
usually-
not the comics,
yeah.
the Smallville is what I'm thinking of. Sorry, I haven't read any comics, but they had her like go off on like a
She's
little bit
usually
of soul
angry.
searching. But
Well,
they
yeah,
usually
this she's
make
just
her
just
angry.
a
Be-
teen.
well, it's because when she comes to Earth, she's already a teenager. She didn't grow up on Earth, and so she's already been a Kryptonian. And so when she's here, she misses Krypton and being a Kryptonian. That's kind of like the key difference between her and Clark is that Clark is an Earthling. She's a Kryptonian.
I saw James Gunn talking about it. He said that why she's the way she is, she's effed up because she saw all the death and everything before she left. Like she's
Yeah.
super scarred and post traumatic stress and just basically trying to wash away all of her feelings. It's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think.
That is something also that you're talking about. Like they tell, don't show. When they're
Yeah.
like, play his parents' hologram, it obviously calms him down. But they say it like 3 times. I was just
They
like,
do.
Why?
The engineer pretty bland.
Who? Oh, is
It's
that the
just
chick?
yeah, even you don't know.
Didn't
But
That
then-
change.
stressed me out when he was getting
Yeah, I don't like-
suffocated by
I
the
don't like that. That upsets me.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question about that though. Is that is suffocating by the nanites, right? And then they show him up on the moon. I'm just like, so he doesn't need to breathe, or
Or they're just, I guess, filling up his lungs too much and
can-
then about
yeah.
to burst, I guess.
my God,
I think that's
what.
what they say is that it's filling his lungs.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't like how Crypto interrupted fights. Like the Ultraman fight, I didn't like how he's like, "Oh, brains breeds brawn."
Yeah.
And I got Crypto, and I was like, "This is stupid."
That was a bit of a cop out on that point.
Personally, I hate Metamorpho. I just a DC character I've never liked, and I didn't really like him in this.
Is that
He
jail
had a
boy
big-
with the kryptonite?
Yeah, he had a baby for some reason. I don't know why he has this baby. I
He's
didn't
never
like.
really that much though. Like even in like Justice, I don't know from comics, but from like Justice League,
Mhm.
he didn't really do much enough to hate.
He had a full 2 arc episode. I didn't like that.
It's
I didn't like the whole scene where they were like in Minecraft world. It's like where
I did like the look at the black hole. That was cool.
Oh, you mean like the weird
Yeah.
river stuff and everything?
Yeah. I hated that when they were like in the river. I was like, this
It was
is
very
making me
very
sick.
side questy of like, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of conflict in here, but no
Very
real reason for it.
Very Minecrafty as well. So the river.
Lex, I like Lex, but his plan was just really stupid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There wasn't a plan. There was no there was no plot to this.
He's not
movie.
ultra smart Lex. He's sort of
Yeah.
smart Lex.
Vindictive Lex.
Let me get to my
It
2
is.
biggest problems with this movie because
Uh-oh.
they both involve Lex. One is just background stuff, but I hated it. This is one of the cringiest things to me is all of his little computer boys like,
Yeah.
whoa, yeah,
Yeah.
got him, whoa, yeah. I was like, I hate that so much. It's so lame to me. So every
I-
time they would cheer or get all excited, I'm like, yeah,
I
all of
did
you
laugh
are
when he hit
evil.
the- when he hit the mug again, I did laugh at that.
That was funny. But like when it's like all of them are that pure evil, they're like, yeah, take the city down. Woo, we gotta punch people. It's like just have it voice activated and the computer makes the things. We don't need these 30 dudes in here pressing buttons. He has all this technology and stuff. It just reads what I did like how they tried to play into him being smarter by him knowing the moves and everything, but it put him in a role rather than just the observer of the fight. So I enjoyed that. But and then the second thing actually plays into the actual story of the movie is just I had a very massive issue with how fast it is that it's like, oh, Superman, the clip comes out of him, oh, your parents sent you here to rule the world. Then everyone immediately like the can throws in that exact, he's just walking away. I'm like, but they had like, it was like the reporters had a longer time accepting it than the people in front of him. And I was like, why not? You could literally shuffle a bit of the editing where you have the reporters do their little sequence where it seems like time passes because they start coming around. Well, maybe this is it, but it's Superman. And they're like, oh, well, now we have this, and this seems to confirm it. It's like it kind of builds that thing, but it's like just initially he saves them, then everyone's yelling and hating him, and it's such a fast turn. I was like, man, that's just not good. It literally could have been fixed with editing. I could fix that if I had the film in front of me right now.
I think that was the biggest issue of this movie, though. It felt like such a rush. Like the whole beginning is just so fast. And then I was like, are we going to take a break at all? And then they have breakfast. And I was like, okay, thank you. A little bit.
But yeah, those were two that, apart from characterized Ken's the turn of the people,
good old people there.
The turn of the people, and then the computer boys, man, those computer boys killed me. I couldn't stand them, dude. but another thing that it's not. I mean, I guess it's a critique of the movie is I just wish, because like they showed in that longer, more in depth trailer of what the story and the conflict between him and Lois, whenever they have that initial like discussion of like the two perspectives on what he did and where the morality is versus the responsibility. And I was like, I loved that. I was I saw that. I was like, I am ready for this movie 100%. Like I thought
that did not seem like a James Gunn like script at all.
I wanted that to play through the whole, like just really drag him through that like choice and what it meant and everything. But they just kind of like, whatever.
Well, and even then,
went back
like,
to fun.
It still had no conflict resolution for that discussion. Because in the end, they still stepped in and did it.
Yeah,
like, save the people, whatever.
Well, by that point, they realized that Lex was manipulating the whole thing. So it was like, well, we got to stop him. But
exactly. But I'm just saying, like, there was this own, like, it was such a black and white solution to a really interesting problem.
Yeah, I really wish that had taken more of a precedence in the movie of like the conflict rather than just big alien, catch him, big alien, catch him, big alien, catch him, catch the building, catch the
alien. The squirrel.
Save the squirrel. Why did he go so like he gets squished by a thing? He goes so far, ruins so much pavement, then pops up. I was like, that was so unnecessary. You guys have to fix all that.
That's one thing about the animated Superman. He like cares about the city getting hurt, so he'll like fix stuff as he's fighting and like make sure everything's working.
That's what I was thinking. I was laughing because like Man of Steel has the big joke of like Superman doesn't really try to save the entire city from obliteration, and then and this Superman's like trying to catch the alien. He stops him from that one, which I like that scene, but and I was like, oh, maybe they're not going to destroy the city. And it's like, nope, here comes the universal splitting crack across all. Like, never mind. Goodbye, city.
that is something that, and I know, Michael, you're going to hate this. That is something I give credit to Zack Snyder's like 2 movies was that, well, no, Superman's like actions had consequences. Like the first movie, which I love Man of Steel, by the way. I really love that movie. But him like having that epic, Dragon Ball Z awesome fight had a massive consequence for the second film. And you could see why Batman is just like, you are way too powerful just to be doing what you want. Like I can't have that.
It needed like a 3-second scene of just trying to drag Zod out. That's all they needed was like him just trying to drag him out of the city. Then Zod pulls him back. That's all they. That would have been like, at least you're trying. But there was no point where he's like, I'm gonna punch you into that building because it's gonna hurt. I'm like,
or do the old anime thing where he's like, let's take this somewhere.
Yeah, do the Goku thing. Let's go to the desert.
And I'm sorry, but the Smallville fight scene in Man of Steel is one of my favorites. That's just an awesome scene.
Smallville fight scene.
It's where Zod comes to like the farm and then like
Yeah,
I
And the
just
girl-
vaguely remember that.
It's where they go through Sears and IHOP, the obvious marketing ploy.
You saying that brings the Wolverine whenever he goes to that farmhouse and there's the other
Oh.
Wolverine they're fighting. That's all I'm thinking. Right, that's stuck in my head now. I got confused.
But yes, but what you're talking about, Michael, is that scene where Lois and Clark are having that discussion. That's a
So
really
good.
good scene.
So
it
good.
is until the end. I didn't like how he got upset
Oh, just left.
over the.
Just left.
Oh
yeah.
no, about the social media stuff where he's like,
Oh.
yeah, you know, I hate that. I
I
didn't like that.
I kind of liked it, and I get where that does seem like very shallow and like easy pickings for making him look like a child. But it also I liked his insecurities there because he does seem super like he is this innocent boy trying to do good, coming out of the world, haha, which is kind of funny because I've watched a lot of interviews that just keep popping up on Instagram. He's kind of the same person in real life. He basically is that character.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
he's like, yeah, we weren't allowed to watch TV growing up, so I would sneak home before my parents would get home after school, and I'd watch Smallville, and that was my first Superman and everything.
Good Lord, he sounds like a homeschooler.
Yeah, I was like, you're
a massive
adorable.
Star Wars fan.
Yeah, he
too.
wants to be a Jedi, or no, he
There's
wants to be
a
a
video
fireball
of
now.
Video of him like doing all the sound effects and voices for Star Wars.
But yeah, so I did like how they played with his insecurities because it makes him feel it increases that naivete of him, which I think makes him more endearing. But it's also like I think that also plays really well to Lois's character, and it's that kind of like that realist perspective. She's like, no, this has consequences. You can't just do these things without thinking about it. And he's like, I did good. What do you mean? Like, it's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how he blows up at Lex over
Yeah.
crypto more than the social media stuff. But
And then that ugly dog. Charlie said. I thought I loved how he did that.
it'd be funny if you just threw him out the window.
Whenever he jumps in, whenever Lex is trying to escape at the end and he bursts at the window, I was like, oh, I got kind of intimidated there. That was kind of scary.
I thought he was actually accidentally going to kill Lex. Just he like hit him full force.
Whoops.
Oh no.
That was an accident. I slipped.
Guys, it was an accident.
My cape's too long.
But like we have like these really good moments, but then
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
but again, then like it kind of undercuts the fact that he's like so vulnerable and weak. I'm just like, he's not really Superman in this.
Although-
he's just like,
If
Okay.
they keep this weakness for like a few movies, let's say 3 or 4, and then he has a dark side fight, and he's like, he does that thing in Justice League where he's like,
but yes, that scene particularly is like one of my favorite scenes in animated history.
that's the first time Superman was like, he's
Oh,
kind of cool.
that's kinda cool. It's just like I have to go through the world like it's like made out of cardboard. I can't do anything. It's like, but you, I can really let go with you. And I'm just like, God, that's a good scene. But yes,
Dude,
I
that
just
whole
don't
episode,
feel-
because there's that part with Batman evading the laser.
we just need to watch the animated adventures of Superman now and Justice League. So
We just me and Jonah just went through all
those
We
are so good. I just wish
finished
Bruce.
Teen
I just wish-
Titans.
I just wish Bruce Timm wasn't such a creep, but whatever. Oh well.
We
But
just
still,
finished Teen Titans, so that ends on a big ball. That last episode. It's
well,
like,
yeah, it just like ended like with a really bad like resolution, right?
it's like
But
Beast
Tara?
Boy. He sees Tara, but she like wants nothing
Doesn't
to do
know
with
him?
him
Yeah.
and doesn't remember him, and like that's kind of sad.
Is Clancy Brown Deathstroke in that?
Yeah.
Slade, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's Deathstroke, but
But they're not allowed to say that. It's a kids show. Okay, Superman. I think that's it. I mean, we talked a lot about it. Everything.
definitely worth an IMAX watch. I will say that.
It was very nice,
So-
very cool. And I will say, theater stories, because I hadn't been to IMAX since Oppenheimer. But then Johnny was like, "Hey, it looks better." We went. The sound wasn't perfect. It wasn't, but that could also be just the editing of the movie. But the screen was amazing.
Visually amazing. The sound system though was very flat. It sounded just like a regular theater.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot
Which-
of like dynamicness to it, but
There was like almost no bass whatsoever. But visually, it looked very, very good. I was very impressed. I think they got some maintenance done on it. Definitely.
although I have to blame Ben because I got a large popcorn and a large soda, which I knew I shouldn't have, but I did it anyway. And my tum tum hurt after the movie. And then you get the refills of the
No.
drinks, and Ben goes over to the thing. He goes, I saw him drinking a Slurpee during the movie, and then he refills a Slurpee. I was like, I could get a refill of a Slurpee too. So I got a Slurpee. Of course, we talked forever. I downed the whole thing. My stomach was
Drink
hurting
the
all
whole
that.
thing.
My
in
That's
stomach
not
front
his
of us.
fault at all. That was
It's
what I
Ben.
was
Ben
saying.
introduced it to me. He
He was
led
just like-
me.
Well,
I
like,
was following him.
The whole time he's drinking, like, stupid Ben. Stupid Ben.
My stomach hurt all night long.
My stomach's hurting, Ben. Stupid. He just
I
keeps
got-
drinking it.
I got an icy on the road this time.
Oh.
Driving back. I've never done that before. It was nice.
Should be refreshing.
I have spilled an alarming amount of popcorn on my way to the seat this time.
Oh no, that's
I was
sad.
feeling really guilty.
Dude,
But
during-
then I'm watching the movie, and this guy next to me, it looks like he's recording the movie, and then he starts like snoring, and he's like
Saving
snoring
it for
through
later.
the movie, and then it ends, and I look over, and all his popcorn's on the ground, and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this
Why'd
guy?
you come here?
I don't know what was up with that guy.
You're like, here's what's killing the movie industry, sir.
I did have one more absolute lunatic, pure lunatic in front of us. So at IMAX, you have the chairs, and then it has the tray that swivels out
Oh.
and in.
Did you
And
just leave it fully out?
Yes.
not only. So this guy in front of us, if he was sitting next to me, I would have lost my mind. He didn't have the bucket of popcorn. He had the Superman version. So it's like probably 1.5 inches taller.
It was
Oh my God.
huge.
Than the bucket. He sits the thing directly on the swivel, pushes it all the way out,
Whoosh.
and proceeds to watch the whole movie like that. Like, I put my bucket after, I could only see like 2/3 of the screen with my bucket. So his bucket had to be covering half of the screen for this man. He's just,
I would
did
have
this-
slapped that out of the
I
way.
would have
like,
lost my mind if I was
Well,
next
no,
to him.
it's not in your way, but
He
he's
was even
talking
lower,
about he's talking about like for that guy's experience, he probably missed half of the movie
He couldn't see it.
because I tried to do the same thing Michael was talking about, and I like pushed my thing out. I was just like, I can't see the
Yeah.
damn screen, so I like hugged my my thing of popcorn the whole time. I'm just like, this
Like-
is really odd.
Like a gentleman.
Yes,
'Cause
I love you, popcorn.
it blew. I was like, sure, he's gonna pull it back. Like, even on for a little bit of me, like, probably that much of the screen was covered in the corner. And I was like, that's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. But it literally had to have been over halfway.
a regular
blocking the screen.
bucket of popcorn was blocking half the screen. Like it was crazy.
Maybe he had
I
like
would-
crazy eyes or something.
I don't. Maybe he only had one eye, and he's just like, It's just-
Maybe he just wanted to look at Superman.
dude. But it wasn't even like the trays here. The trays all the way out there into the aisle.
Oh,
I'm like,
I don't
what
know.
are you doing? You're a lunatic.
Again, crazy person. Yes, and what he's talking about that tub was massive.
It was
Like,
huge.
It wasn't one. It wasn't like a novelty tub. The one was like that big or something like that. No,
No,
it was
it's
like
like-
a
It's
tub
like at least
tub.
this tall.
Yeah, it
Huge.
was
What is that?
huge.
I was at one of those like dining theater ones, and the table was like too far.
That's
And I was like,
unfortunate.
How do? So they had the popcorn where it's like in a bowl. So I'm like in the just with the bowl like I'm in on the couch or something. Eating
that's
my
how I
popcorn.
do eat it at Alamo. So, and the table's like right there. I like to
Yeah,
hold it.
that table barely let you in the chair.
Holding my bowl.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jared, could I have some? No.
I did during F1, man. I dropped so much popcorn. I was such a slob. I didn't even mean to. I went down to like grab it. It was like, I was like, oh no.
I didn't have the greatest popcorn experience with the IMAX one because they salt it way too much. And then, well, because like normally it's just like I'm used to the regular like amount of salt, which is like hardly like it's not a lot, but I add the popcorn salt and I don't add butter because I don't like popcorn theater butter. And like I was eating it, it was just
Liquid
like,
gold.
well, ever since COVID, I can't stand the smell. I used to like it,
Oh.
but I don't like it anymore. But I add popcorn salt because I love popcorn salt. But this was like way too much, even for me. I was just like,
Yeah,
And my
you do
girlfriend's
like
like-
your salt.
and I do like my salt. But my girlfriend was like looking at me. And she's like, "You're all right." I'm like, that was too much salt.
I do like Cinemark how they do the butter thing for you, where they go and
I
Put
do
the
that
layers
because
of butter.
you fill it yourself at the IMAX here, and so I just
Mhm.
I do the layering myself. And I shoosh it. Then everyone gets mad at me because they're all waiting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
it's
care.
like, hurry up, man.
Well, go to your seat. You don't have to wait for everyone.
I need to put my popcorn way out there.
I went
in
to a movie
space.
with Joseph and Jonah. I didn't know my number, my seat number. So, and I go to get snacks. They just left me. I don't know what theater I'm going to or what seat.
I thought you heard the lady, the ticket
I had to,
lady.
I had to text them. I was like, "Where are you?"
Where do I go?
I thought you heard the ticket lady.
He's just wandering the halls with a bucket of popcorn. Like,
I was just sitting on one of those little benches crying. I was like, "They left me."
he's just
What's
like eating
wrong,
it. Like,
little boy?
they left me.
Some bullies came and nudged me. I was like,
All right. We've talked so much about
But not Superman.
other stuff besides Superman, but that's how the movie is, man. It didn't give me enough. I wanted more of everything. More Lois and Clark, more Lex, more
Less
Super
Minecraft.
Gang. Yeah, babies, weird babies. It's like a law. You must have cute animals or babies.
I know. They have to be in danger or eat other things' eggs.
So Tron, we'll have a Tron baby in Tron era.
Oh, don't say that.
that.
That's you saying you're worried about this. That movie, I'm so like I want it to be good so badly,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's gonna be.
But at least we're gonna get a good soundtrack.
"Yeah."
Just saying.
True.
Will
It's the
sound
only
amazing.
thing to look forward to.
Maybe we'll see it in 3D.
Do you care about the movie? I don't even care. I just want the soundtrack.
I hate 3D because I have to wear glasses on the glasses. I
Yeah.
hate that crap.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
But,
What do you mean? Yeah, Michael, you don't have that problem.
That's me. I don't like 3D. But
But Tron Legacy was great in 3D, so we might have to do it again. Not Avatar, please God.
Avatar
Well,
2.
we have like 8 more movies, Joseph. What do you mean?
Hours of that.
I got like
God,
17 more movies to get platinum, so I gotta watch a lot of movies.
my face would like be on fire if I had to like wear those 3D glasses for Avatar
I
again.
got all of Avatar.
Oh,
Watch those digital whales.
We're supposed to get a trailer pretty soon, right? Or they've
I
had
expect so.
trailers at some events.
Nice.
So,
oh,
You're
did you
excited,
see?
aren't you, Joseph?
I am.
Did you see the trailer or the teaser for the Odyssey?
Yeah.
on like Daily Motion.
Well, I'm
On the dark web.
Yeah. I missed it in theater.
I did too. I went to go pee.
I'm pretty
Got that
I'm
one.
pretty hyped about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Did look pretty cool.
Like I said, I need something. I need a hook. I need something
It's
like
the Odyssey. What are you talking about?
I need something like these-
That's the most
ever-
story we've ever seen, Thomas.
I
Yeah,
know.
because it's like the oldest story ever. It's like
Yeah, I know,
we know it.
3,500 years
Give
old.
me some spice.
No,
Yeah,
just
we need
give it to
something,
me.
man.
Give it to me raw. All right, give
Give
it to
me
me.
like a Rashomon.
Throw in a cute
effect
baby.
Odyssey where everyone has different versions of the story, or
Yeah, give me
We-
Odyssey babies.
yeah, something. You gotta keep
Otis Tots.
We had that. It
turns-
was Wishbone. All right.
The thing. What is it? She turns the crew into pig babies this time instead of just pigs.
Cersei do no.
All right. I think that's going to do it for this time, unless we want to bring up another tangent. But
Oh, my
like,
I
subscribe,
could.
and notify yourself for even more good stuff. And we will see you next time. Bye.